Hey everybody, I'll give you a few seconds to join me here. I wanted to pop in and talk about the full supermoon in Aries today, which is quite powerful. It is the closest the moon will be to the Earth and the brightest, um, most magnetic moon that we will have all year. We've had some significant lunar events this year, and this is always a fun one when we have a supermoon because it does pull on our emotions harder than other lunation cycles. The Aries moon is about at 24 degrees today, opposite to the sun in Libra. Both are square Mars closely, loosely square Pluto. That's a lot in terms of tension. Squares always bring us to need to balance past and future. There's some kind of inertia. There's something within us that's pulling us back. And we need to recalibrate. So we don't have what we've brought in with us, in this case, into relationship. So these are squares. We don't have what we bring into relationship holding us back from being able to be successful. We want to bring in good things. We want to arrive healthy, arrive available, arrive ready. That's a challenge when we have squares. So we're really looking at balancing self with other. That's always a thing with the Aries Libra axes. Me versus you. And we can't have a healthy us, we can't have a healthy relationship, a healthy partnership if we don't have healthy individuals involved. And that's what we're looking at. How can we, as individuals, show up the best that we can, healed? How could we show up healed? How can we show up available? How can we show up ready? And expect to have the best result. If we aren't personally prepared to engage in a relationship, our chances of success are not going to be great. We can't rely on our partner to do the work, to pull the weight, to know the answers. It's a partnership. It is not a parentship. And that's what we're learning. A lot of people are learning that this lunation cycle. How have we been engaging with partners in ways that we either parent them or mom them, or feel that we are parented, mommed? We don't get to live in our fullest expression of mature adulthood. So it's a process this month of looking at, am I sovereign in myself? Am I able to be good on my own? Am I free of codependency? If the answer is yes to those questions, we have a lot of good things to expect. We have a lot of good opportunities that can arrive for us. And for some, maybe already have. Because we planted seeds at the new moon. We planted seeds of cooperation. And now we see, are we sovereign and healthy and mature enough in ourselves in order to do what it takes to cooperate? Or do we just go along? Or do we control? For some, it's an interesting mix of both. The Sun square to Pluto is showing us very specifically how control and dependency, girls, control and dependency can both exist at the same time. That hiding, wearing a mask, insecurity, and positioning and control can exist at the same time. When we are insecure, we seek to control. If we're mature about feeling insecurity, we'll give space. But there is a clamoring for position or control with the Sun and the Moon square to Mars, a reactivity that we really need to look at. If we are reactive, what is going on in that relationship? Is there a lack of trust? Is there a lack of balance? Are we not being given everything that makes us feel like we have enough information in order to relax? What might be hidden from view? What might it be that maybe we don't want to know it? Because if we did, it might make it impossible for us to accept that relationship or be in that relationship. And we've already decided that we're gonna be there. So there's resistance with squares. There's resistance to what is. Because we're always bringing something from the past and trying to fit it into the present. And we're looking at how our idea of the tension and conflict that comes from it looking like situations and conditions are the problem, and really it's us trying to insert something that shouldn't be there. So, the Moon is also square Mars. That represents tension in the home, tension with women, tension with feminine figures, tension within our own emotions. Handling our feelings can be hard today. It can be a very reactive, eruptive day. And we're looking at, do we want to partner with somebody that lacks the ability to handle their own feelings and their own securities and their own needs? Or might that be us? Are we the one that could use some shoring up? This is also square to Pluto. So, always looking at power, control, positioning, and what might be shifty. What might be shifty within ourselves? What aren't we being completely honest about? If we're not being completely honest about ourselves, we're not choosing ourselves. If you don't show yourself because you're afraid of being rejected, you have rejected yourself. There's already been a rejection. But it's so much more painful when you do it to yourself. Violet, do you want to come say hi? You're so busy back there. Everybody wants to see you. Hello. This is Violet, my granddaughter, but I have custody. So it's the balance point we come to. And this will be the beginning of the end for a lot of relationships that are not built on authenticity. Because if we don't have two healed people in that relationship, even if there's just one, we don't have two healed people in that relationship, then we're going to be relating to each other out of our wounds. And it's very, very hard to feel at home when you're in a relationship that is full of injury. So we're gaining strength to be ourselves this particular lunation cycle. And if it causes things to fall away, if it causes relationships to end, well, that's what needed to happen. And if it causes other relationships to solidify, other relationships to gain momentum because we were so brave that we risked rejection to get to be ourselves. Those are relationships that can enter into compassionate non-attachment. Because we're there because we want to be there. We're there because we choose it. And we're all in. And it's not an expression of our unhealed nature. It's an expression of our wholeness. So, I'll leave you with that. I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Have a great full moon. And may you always get to love and love yourself.